Monday Night Raw was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania tonight, and right away we start the show off for a moment of silence for the victims of the two shootings that took place this past weekend, one in El Paso, and then just a few hours later, one in Dayton, Ohio. First in El Paso, Texas, 20 were killed at a Walmart. And I just want to say my deepest condolences go to all the victims. I despise white supremacists. That stuff's just disgusting and horrible. My deepest condolences go to all the victims. And with Ohio, in Dayton, it was at a bar. And late on Saturday night, a random man just goes and starts shooting innocent people. And he killed his own sister first. So deepest condolences also go to Dayton, Ohio for that shooting. So the show is in Pittsburgh tonight after the moment of silence. We have a show that's basically a go-home show to SummerSlam, and you wouldn't really notice that because it doesn't really feel like that. You had Samoa Joe come out, calls out Roman Reigns. It's just so tiring. I don't know. There's just something about wrestling that's really tiring. Michael Cole in the ring tries to calm Samoa Joe when Joe talks about what he's being accused of. Corey says he was determined to be an accident. Cole says there was a poll saying 80% of the people thought Joe did it. And the whole thing is, who done it? Who killed Roman? Who tried to kill Roman? Here's what I think. There was Dave Meltzer, that idiot, reported it was Daniel Bryan. I don't know if it was Daniel Bryan. I think it's probably going to end up being Joe. But it'd be cool if it was Daniel Bryan. But right now, they're playing it up like it was Joe. Joe is denying it, and we'll see if how they go to continue this. My bet is Joe didn't do it. I think it was Daniel Bryan. Or not Daniel Bryan, I think it was someone else, because the way Joe was reacting, it's probably not him. So Becky comes out, and we have a tag team match that was announced a week in advance, or a few days before, actually. A pretty big matchup. You have Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair teaming up against Natalya and Trish Stratus. Trish's first match since Evolution. She wrestles Charlotte at SummerSlam. So what you have here is a decent match. Eventually you have Natalya and Becky, and Natalya puts Becky in a sharpshooter. But once Becky gets to the ropes, Natalya is so mad at what happened last week, she won't release the hold, and Becky doesn't tap out, but because Natalya wouldn't refuse the hold, it's a DQ. And Becky and Charlotte get the win by DQ. And after the match, Natalya still has it on, and Trish is able to get her off. Good way to build up Natalya. We'll see how they go with the match at SummerSlam. Not really too high on it. So they show, the gauntlet matchup with Andrade and Rey. You have Rey against Andrade with Zelina Vega. You have a good matchup here. They go to commercial during the match. Andrade gets the win. He beats Rey Mysterio. And I'm just thinking about this feud. It's like Andrade and Rey would have been a great match. It would have been a huge match for, I think Rey would have loved to have put Andrade over at WrestleMania, but he just didn't get a chance to do it. Maybe he can do SummerSlam. They're not going to do that either. He just did a match on Raw. That really should have been a WrestleMania match. Too bad they couldn't get around to doing it. Michael Cole mentions the 24/7 title. Oh, this stuff is really embarrassing. You have Mike and Maria at the GYN earlier today. Maria's talking about the 24/7 title. This is just embarrassing. So what you have is a female doctor, and then you have Maria on the bed of basically on the, what do you call it? The appointment, and when you go to an appointment, there's the thing you lay on. I don't know what you can call it anymore, or a gurney, whatever. So basically, Mike's hugging Maria while she's down on her back, and the referee taps Mike's back 3 times, and Mike wins. He pins Maria. Mike is the new champion. The woman had a referee shirt on. He goes to the waiting room. He starts celebrating, and all of a sudden you notice R-Truth is just dressed up in a hospital gown. He pins Mike Ellis with a 3 count. R-Truth regains the 24/7 title. I'm not a fan. I wish this stuff would end. I'm afraid it's going to be all over SummerSlam, and then R-Truth and Carmella run away. They show Becky Lynch backstage. I think it's Charlie Caruso interviewing her. She talks about the SummerSlam match, and Natalia will have the home edge in her home country. She rips into Natalia, and not a bad promo. It definitely seemed like Becky was the heel. She said she's going to be a new hero in Canada, so definitely feels like she's the heel. Right away, they go to Natalia being interviewed by another woman, Charlie, or not Charlie, Kayla Braxton or Sarah Screever, one of them. She got a decent promo, not bad. Saying she won't tap. And I don't know if it's a submission match for sure now. Anyway, so you have Brock and Heyman walking in the back. They come out. Heyman introduces Lesnar. Pretty good promo by Heyman. They show what happened last week, and then after, they showed everything. Brock kills him, F5 onto the chair, F5 onto the stretcher, and they have Seth Rollins come out, and he can't walk. He can't walk at all. It's like he's crippled. He looks like the biggest geek. Lesnar kills him. He beats him down with a chair, and then after the beating, they go to commercial, and they see Seth Rollins pretty much dead. He looks worthless. He just looks horrible, and he just says, I can't. Every second, it's worth it. That's all I got. It was absolutely fucking horrible. One of the worst segments I've ever seen. It was fucking embarrassing. Seth sucks as a top babyface, and I wouldn't be surprised if the fans turn on him. I think everything that happened when he went off on Will Ospreay on Twitter, I think people are starting to turn on him. This guy's an idiot. Charlie Caruso's backstage, interviews Kurt Angle about the match he has to referee. Then when Kurt's there, you have the Street Profits come in. They do a good promo with Kurt. It went on for a while. I guess the Street Profits are just going to be on Raw now, I guess. Hopefully they're done in NXT, because I think they are getting the belts back this Saturday on TakeOver. And then they show Drew McIntyre, and he grips into Angle. He kicked Angle's ass all the time, and he says he will step out of line. He'll kick him in the skull. So Kurt's ref with Drew and Cedric. Eric and Ivar kill two jobbers. These guys have just been a waste on the main roster. They show some comments about the passing of Harley Race, which was horrible, very sad. Showed some of the legends. Austin said something, Hogan, Flair. Stephanie said something, Triple H said something. A lot of the big legends talk about Harley Race. They show Michael Cole talk about when he first met Harley Race, and they do a video tribute to Harley Race, which was very good. Very somber. Man, it's kind of a really sad show. Just the mood, everyone's mood is down. Just horrible shootings. This stuff with Harley Race. Man, really, her mood's down right now. So you have Cedric Alexander against Drew McIntyre with Kurt as the referee. Cedric and him basically battle on the ramp before it starts, and then Cedric hits a big DDT on the ramp, and then all of a sudden, once they're laid on the ramp, the lights come out, Kurt's on the ring, and the Fiend comes and attacks Kurt Angle and takes him out with the mandible claw. Very strange. I don't think they're going to do anything with Kurt anyway. Maybe they do a match with him and Bray, but is that really a match you want to come out of retirement for? I mean, it would be a better ending than Bray and then Baron Corbin at WrestleMania, but we'll see. So you had the champion against champion match, Big E and Xavier against Gallows and Anderson. This is a quick, it ends in a DQ. Styles interferes and he continues to beat him up, and Ricochet comes out and he lays him out, and he takes down the other three, and Ricochet poses with the New Day. So this was quick. Eventually what happens is they go to commercial and they just set it up. They have a six-man tag. You have Gallows, Anderson, and AJ against Xavier, Big E, and Ricochet. This was a good matchup, went on for a while. It's a solid match. Eventually it ends with Gallows and Anderson hitting the Magic Killer, and they're the ones who get their victory here. And they get the victory. They're the champs on SmackDown, I believe. So, you know what? I wouldn't put this. I don't think this should be completely dismissed. Don't be surprised with when the move to SmackDown. They might start to merge some of the main titles. They might set something up with Gallows Anderson against New Day, and they merge the tag team titles. You should really expect that. It was a pretty good promo by Joe. He calls out Roman Reigns and then says, "If you're not going to come out, we'll do it his way." He takes a chair and throws it into the ring. He is pissed off at Roman, goes on for a while, and it was very strange. So what happens is Joe says he will give Roman until the count of 3. He asks Roman if he's too afraid to come to the ring. He will keep everyone here all night. And then he goes outside and he says he's going to go attack Roman in the parking garage. He walks outside and he sees Roman arriving. And then he wants to know what's been going on. He's been looking for him. And all of a sudden the car hits Roman. Hit Roman's car on the side as we go to commercial. And so it was, yeah. So we're in the back and they see what happened to Roman Reigns. We see footage of what happened of the car leaving. And they show Joe checking on Roman. It was like a car runs into Roman Reigns. It's kind of like the Austin thing when they had Rikishi run him over. I did it for The Rock. I don't know if that's what it's going to be, but they show Triple H checking on Roman too. It could be Daniel Bryan, I don't know. So they previewed the SummerSlam card, and up next you have a match that was probably going to be on SummerSlam. I guess it got scrapped because time restraints, but you have a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Elimination match for the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles. You have the Iconics, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, defending against Asuka and Kairi Sane, Kabuki Warriors against Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. So this starts off quickly. You have a decent match. And all of a sudden, Mandy Rose hits a jumping knee and pins Billie Kay. Just like that, the Iconics' joke, embarrassing title reign that lasted 4 months since WrestleMania is officially over. Thank goodness. Quick elimination. They go to a commercial, and it's very surprising. The Iconics are done. They're going to have new tag team champions. They're going to revive this joke of a title. Really, what a horrible decision taking it off Bayley and Sasha Banks. Sasha probably would still be here. It was so stupid when they took the belts off them. It made absolutely no sense. The Iconics were fucking horrible. So thank God it's over. They go back in a triple threat tag match for a while. It goes on, and eventually what happens is you have Asuka and Mandy Rose, and Asuka gets Mandy Rose in an Asuka lock, and Mandy Rose taps out. Mandy Rose is out. I thought they might push Sonya and Mandy, give them the belts. They're not going with them. I should have known better. I know who they're going with. Eventually you have Asuka and Kairi against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Goes on for a while. It teases like it looks like Kairi was going to finish Alexa with an elbow, but Nikki Cross gets involved. Asuka gets out to the ring. Alexa hits a baseball slide to Asuka, taking her out. And then Kairi Sane hits Nikki off the apron, but Alexa hits her stupid punch. It hits the Twisted Bliss, and she pins Kairi Sane. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are your tag team champions, so they love Alexa. They had to give her something. We're going to get more Moment of Bliss. I mean, they're better than the Iconics for sure. Anyone would be better than the Iconics. But, you know what? All right, I get it. They're okay. I know the Iconics just kind of suck. Alexa and Nikki are better than the Iconics for sure, 100%. We'll see what they do with the Kabuki Warriors. I don't think it looks good for them right now. So Miz comes out. It's Miz TV. It's the official contract signing for the match against Dolph Ziggler. He is there, and then all of a sudden Dolph comes out, and he wants to... he's going to face him. And then what it says is Miz says that his MO, he pokes and pods. If you want audacious and appreciation that you don't think you've gone after a decade, it's not the people or the legends, it's you. Miz says he was looking forward to facing Dolph next week on Raw, and he has a number of SummerSlams left. He will be facing someone else at SummerSlam. Goldberg comes out, he makes his way to the ring. Dolph leaves the ring as Goldberg enters. He signs a contract, says, "You're next." And then all of a sudden, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels comes and super kicks Dolph Ziggler on the ramp, leaving him unconscious. So expect Goldberg to squash Dolph at SummerSlam, and a better way for Goldberg to go out. Him and Undertaker both won redemption after that embarrassing, disgusting, horrible, horseshit match at Saudi Arabia. Hopefully they get it here, and I think it'll just be a squash for Goldberg over Dolph. So that sets it up. Decent card, setting it up to SummerSlam. Decent show, I'd say. I thought it was all right. Sets everything up, and again, it's just really sad, man. What's going on? Not just Harley Race passing, or the shootings. And again, I want to give my condolences to everyone who's been affected by those 2 shootings in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. God bless all you guys, really. Just horrible things happen. Also, just to go to the Raw, talking about next week, SmackDown review will be up next, and then you'll see my SummerSlam predictions, my NXT predictions, and my reviews for both shows all coming up this week. Take care, guys.